weather's perfect back home in the Delaware Valley, but it is absolutely gorgeous out here in Southern California. A little breezy as the Phils get set to begin a series against the Dodgers here in Los Angeles. And the Phils will do that with a 6-game winning streak. They're hitting .285 during this stretch, but they're also pitching very well. A starter's ERA under 3 and a bullpen ERA of 2.41. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Ben Davis, as we get set for the Phils and the Dodgers. A Dodgers team that has certainly handled the Phils in recent years. In fact, they've handled everybody in recent years. You look at the division dominance since 2013. They are the National League West champs. They're going to be given a run for the money this year by the Arizona Diamondbacks, the Colorado Rockies, and even though they're banged up, the San Francisco Giants. But they're struggling a little bit offensively, but they have two big pieces that are actually swinging the bat very well.
Huge pieces, and one, Corey Seager, we knew he was going to be an MVP candidate every year. He's in the 2-hole tonight for those Dodgers. One guy I was never sold on, Tom, is Justin Turner. He's in the 3-hole tonight. I love Seager. That's going to be one of my keys to the game, possibly later on tonight. But Turner's a guy, I never really got him, but since coming to LA, he's been a guy that started to use the whole field. He does not have a home run yet this season, but he will get his this season. But I think hitting in front of Adrian Gonzalez has really helped him out in the last couple seasons, and that really leads to more extra base hits for him.
And he knows he's playing every single day, playing third base for the Dodgers. And you take a look at some of these numbers between these two guys. In 23 games, Seager hitting .318. In 21 games, and he's got a 13-game hitting streak right now, hitting .363 is Justin Turner. So that's part of what the Phils have to deal with tonight against the Los Angeles Dodgers, and part of what they're going to have to deal with this entire series. The starting pitchers, it'll be Jared Eichhoff looking for his first victory. He'll be opposed by Kenta Maeda. Maeda is possibly pitching for his life in the starting rotation. And speaking of the starting rotation for the Philadelphia Phils, how good have they been? Well, the fans know how good they've been, but we're going to enlighten them even more when we return to Southern California. Phillies baseball is brought Dodger Stadium, and there is Chase Utley, who was such a big proponent of the Phils' success and their 2008 World Championship. Is this his final year? Who knows, but the Phillies will get a chance to see him not only in this 3-game series, but also in Philadelphia. The other thing that they'll have to deal with is he's in the lineup because of the injury to Logan Forsythe. And the Phillies starters have been able to handle a lot of players so far during this winning streak. In fact, this is the most effective I think they've been in quite some time, the starters as a whole.
They've been good, and they've been going deeper into games, which you absolutely love to see. What does that do? Well, it really saves the bullpen. This graphic here really tells the tale. 5-0 with a 3.17 ERA. The innings are up, the walks are down, the strikeouts are up, and the batting average, opponent's batting average, way down. Jared Eichhoff, his last outing, just the 5 innings. But what I like about it is the fact that he didn't have his best stuff, but he knew how to pitch out of that. It's always easy to pitch when you have your best stuff. Yeah, you can go out there and deal, but when you don't have that big curveball, when you don't have that changeup and the slider and the good located fastball, and you still manage to get through 5 innings in the big leagues, that's a sign of maturation. I love to see that out of Jared Eichhoff.
I think it's shocking that he does not have a win yet here in 2017 because how effective he has been for the Phils, and maybe it's tonight that he'll get his first victory of the year. So the Phils are hoping to keep it going here in Southern California on a very breezy night. Lineups at first pitch when we return to Dodger Stadium. Tonight's ball game between the Phils and the Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't think they're going to be in their seats before Kenta Maeda throws his first pitch of the night. Let's take a look at the Phillies lineup, brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Well, Cesar's batting leadoff, and Freddie Galvis once again is batting in the number 2 spot. That moves Altair down to the 6 hole because Steve Buchanan said it's more RBIs for Aaron Altair. Maikel Franco has been as good as anybody driving in runs. He's also limited the strikeouts, batting cleanup tonight for the Phils. And there is Kenta Maeda, 1-2, with an ERA over 8 so far this season. There have been different reports, Ben, that he may be pitching for his rotation life because the Dodgers have a 6-man rotation right now, and there's a possibility that they could get some more help if Rich Hill comes back from his blister injury as well.
Not overpowering, but I agree with you. They have a lot of arms that could be that 5th starter. Kenta Maeda, average velocity about 91 miles per hour. He's a 5-pitch pitcher. He will throw all 5 at any time. 2016, not a great ERA, but was able to get a couple W's against these fighting Phils.
Overall, 16-11 last season with an ERA of 3.48. Time now for our Nissan keys to the game.
First and foremost, don't be too eager for Seager. Corey Seager is just a joy to watch play baseball. Not have him beat the Phillies tonight and this series and the rest of the season. And Eichhoff get early outs and pitch deeper in the game. Last outing, just the 5 innings pitched.
Well, it's game 1 of a 3-game series. The Phils have won 6 consecutive games. And Maeda's ready, so is Cesar Hernandez. And the first pitch of the night from windy Dodger Stadium is taken outside. We're underway, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. There is Chase Utley, who was not starting at the beginning of the year, but Logan Forsythe is banged up. So Chase is back in his normal spot as the starting second baseman for the Dodgers. That one's lined out to right field, but right at Kike Hernandez. And one away. Maeda in his last outing allowed 4 home runs. It's the most a Dodger pitcher has allowed in a game since 1974. He's already allowed 7, which strangely is not at the top of the National League. Jared Weaver has allowed 10 home runs for the San Diego Padres. Freddie Galvis, a 9-game hitting streak for Freddie, hitting .257 with 3 home runs. And Adrian Johnson says that one was in there for a strike. 0-1.
Tom, what do you think was wrong with that baseball that Cesar Hernandez hit to right field for now?
It sounded like it was flat.
Must have been the case. Maeda threw it out.
1 ball and 1 strike. Did he throw it out?
He threw it out of the game. Got it back after the Dodgers threw it around. He said, "No, I don't want this one anymore."
Maybe he was just celebrating that he got the first out. 1 ball, 1 strike to Galvis. Breaking ball. And it's 1-2. Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Michael Appert of Newtown, Pennsylvania. Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game. Then Michael will win $200. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is just $1. I'm loving it.
Good luck, Michael.
That one landed about 3 feet, 4 feet in front of the plate. And it's now 2-2. Yasmani Grandal doing the catching tonight. Galvis fouls it back, and it remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dodgers 11-12 so far this year, 2 games over 500 here at Dodger Stadium. They were able to earn a split against the Giants with a victory yesterday. Dodgers are currently 3.5 games behind the Diamondbacks for the top spot in the West. To the first base side, Adrian Gonzalez will take it to the bag. And 2 outs here in the first. And that'll bring Odubel Herrera to the plate. Oh, he's throwing another baseball out, Ben.
Maybe he thinks that baseball's only good for 1 out.
Well, he looked at it.
Seriously?
Yeah, he looked at it. And I would think that somebody like Maeda, who does rely on movement, does not overpower anybody, would like to have a ball that might have a scuff on it or 2.
You would think that, but nobody knows how to use a scuff baseball anymore. Nobody.
Here's Odubel Herrera hitting .257 with 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. Yeah, that one's in there for a strike. 74 miles an hour. Odubel finished the homestand 5 for 21. He hit a couple balls hard that did not fall in for hits. Asked Pete today if he was at all concerned about Odubel. He said no. He said he could put together a few games of 3 hits or more in a row quite easily. Not tonight, though, at least in this first inning. It's a 10-pitch first. Chase Utley takes care of Odubel Herrera, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. Top of the first as Jared Eichhoff warms up out on the hill. Let's take a look at the Dodgers lineup. Brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. So Andrew Tolles leads it off at center field. Corey Seager has been red hot. Bats second. So is Justin Turner. He'll hit third. Gonzalez, Grandal, and Chase Utley all have struggled to start this year. Chase 250 career home runs, second among active second basemen. Now they will face Jared Eichhoff. Eichhoff, the 26-year-old from Evansville, Indiana. He's faced the Dodgers one time in his career. Look at those numbers. 4 starts, an ERA of 2.55. And again, the whole run support thing is carried over this year from last year, Ben.
He has not gotten that run support, but it has not affected him. He just takes that out of the equation. He's at about 91. Change, big curveball, slider. Used the slider a lot his last outing. Opponent's hitting just 220 against that fastball, which you love to see.
Well, here's Tolles to lead things off, hitting 207. He takes the first pitch for a strike. Tolles was 1 for 12 in the series against the Giants. A free agent pickup by the Dodgers a couple of years ago. Hit 314 last year. And Cameron Rupp will take a look at that. Eichhoff was busy today, as he is every day, looking at film and looking at statistics to try to decide how he was going to get these Dodgers out. I mean, he had his notebook out before the ball game, just writing down different notes about different hitters. That was a curveball that was way inside, 1-2.
Don't know how that did not hit him. Glad it didn't.
Curveball and a strike 3 called. And Tolles is down looking. That was a totally different curveball than the one he hopped over.
Making the adjustment.
Corey Seager.
At the top of the zone, here's your Mazda pitch cast. See it right there.
So where pitch number 3 was. Pitch number 3 was at the top of the batter's box in our pitch cast. Just saying, same pitch, but just totally different style. Here is Corey Seager, the unanimous pick of National League Rookie of the Year last year, and was also in the conversation for MVP. And he takes outside. It's 1-0. A lot of concern during spring training whether he would be available to start the year, and he's been fine. Outside, 2-0. He had 2 home runs in the series against the Giants as he celebrated his 23rd birthday yesterday. Now that was a slider, which Eichhoff did throw a little bit more last start compared to other starts because he didn't throw any changeups last time out. Three balls and 1 strike to Seager.
Seager's ability to go, obviously he can pull home runs, but his ability to go dead center and to left center just amazes me at such an early age. Is he a big guy? Yes. He's a monster of a man. 6'5". He really can drive it.
Fastball's away, and then the slider comes in, and it's back full 3-2. Out to left field. Aaron Altair venturing back, and he puts it away. I don't care where the baseball is, but you've got to stay with every ball in the air because the wind is breezier than we're used to out here in Los Angeles.
Justin Turner.
Tonight's game is also available in Spanish. Just use the SAP button on your television or change the language through the menu on your cable box. Justin Turner extends his hitting streak to 14 straight. I guess he was going out hunting for a first pitch in the zone.
He got it. Came into the game hitting 363. Not waiting around. for Jared Eichhoff to get ahead of him. See his hair blown. You can see the way these flags are blown out here at Chavez Ravine.
Yeah, Ben's Peluca is all over the place tonight. 15 to 20 miles an hour.
You learn a new word and you got to keep throwing it out there, huh?
I had actually asked the production cavity how to pronounce it again. Here's Adrian Gonzalez hitting .250 this year. Adrian comes into this ball game with 1,972 hits for his career, and he has compiled some pretty good numbers against the Phillies. 20 career home runs. Ball of 2 strikes to Gonzalez. This is start number 38 for Jared Eichhoff in his very limited career, but he's gone 6 innings or more in 26 of his 37 starts. Now you go over to Maeda, who's starting tonight for the Dodgers. This is his 37th start. He's gone less than 6 innings in 21 of those starts. As Eichhoff gets Gonzalez looking, second strikeout of the inning, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We've completed 1 on. The MLB.com at-bat mobile app. Stay connected to the game's best players all season long with Game Day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, stats, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat today. It's your #1 app for live baseball. Maikel Franco will lead things off. Franco is tied for 6th in the league in RBIs. And Maeda is ready to go. And the first pitch of the 2nd inning. Broken bat liner, caught by Adrian Gonzalez.
Isn't that amazing? That shift right there. You look at, there's literally 1 man between first base and second base. Literally 1 man. And doesn't Maikel hit it directly at him? No, he didn't hit it hard. But these scouting reports have come such a long way over the years. He hit it right at him.
You know, the guy that's putting together those scouting reports right now says, I told you.
Yep, told you so.
Michael Saunders now the hitter. Dave Roberts in his second year as the manager of the Dodgers after winning the National League West last year and losing to the Cubs in the championship series. For years and years, people said that he was going to be a good major league manager. He did a pretty nice job in year number 1. Saunders takes low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
We used to have our battles.
You didn't like him?
No, I loved him.
Oh, okay.
A big hug today, but on the base pass.
Oh, that's right. He would be a challenge for you.
Speedster.
Bouncer into the Phillies dugout, and it's 1-2. 102 wins as the manager of the Dodgers.
Great man. Really is a super nice guy.
And just as Matt Stairs always knows that he will never have to buy a drink in Philadelphia because his home run. If he ever went back to Boston, he would never have to buy himself the drink because of the stolen base that helped the Red Sox advance to their first World Championship in a long, long time. Overall, Dave Roberts stole 243 bags. He was caught 58 times. How many times did you get him?
I got him a few. I did okay against him.
Low ball 2, 2-2 to Saunders.
I remember most of our battles, though, being in the minor leagues.
And now it's full 3-2.
Dahl's going to have to ice his forearms tonight. He's taking a beating back there early in the second.
Aaron Altair, batting 6th tonight, is in the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss. Now that's the first strikeout for Maeda, who's faced 5 and has retired all 5. And Aaron Altair is coming up. On tomorrow's Phillies clubhouse, Freddie Galvis and Cesar Hernandez have been the Phillies double play combo since 2015. But their friendship goes all the way back to when they were kids playing baseball in Venezuela. Their journey to the Phils tomorrow at 8 on CSN. Murph, did you conduct that interview with Cesar and with Freddie for that for Phillies clubhouse?
I did indeed. And, you know, if people don't know the story of when they met back when they were 13 years old at Cesar's house, it's really an interesting story. And the guys do a great job telling the story and talking about what they were like when they were kids. They talk about what each other were like when they were kids, which is a lot of fun.
Probably not too far off what they are right now.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same, yeah.
Both were shortstops, too, growing up in Venezuela. No balls and 1 strike to Altair. 1-1. Was Freddie's father one of Cesar's coaches as well?
No, Freddie's father obviously coached Freddie,
right.
but when they would travel to play one another, Freddie's team would always travel to where Cesar lived, which was about 5 hours away, and they would stay with host families. And Freddie and Cesar, well, Freddie stayed with Cesar at his house. They was the host family, so.
Ball's over your head, Murph. You're safe and sound.
I was just making sure.
1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's a terrific story, though, and you know, they've known each other for a long time, and the fact that they're a double play combination in the major leagues now is really kind of remarkable when you go back to the beginning of their friendship.
Here they are chatting. Both have seen Kenta Maeda tonight. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Altair with 2 outs here in the second. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Got it up to 93. Back-to-back strikeouts for Maeda. And he's retired the Phillies in order for a 2nd consecutive inning. 1.5 in the books. On to the bottom of the 2nd. The Colorado Rockies, all fans coming to the ballpark will receive a free Phillies cap. It's Teva Respiratory Night at Citizens Bank Park. You can get your tickets by going to Phillies.com. Phillies fans, and you know, when the Phillies were winning divisions and had to face the Dodgers year in and year out, there were a lot of fans that were here in Southern California. They got a chance to come out and watch their team play. Yasmani Grandal will lead things off. He finished 3 of 19 on the road trip. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Seven home runs against the Phillies. He really banged them around last year in the season series. One ball and 2 strikes. Grandal hit 27 home runs last year. See his OPS for his career against the Phils. He can't hold up on that curveball. That's 3 strikeouts now for Jared Eichhoff.
Second baseman number 26.
And this hook it just keeps getting better and better. Adrian Gonzalez. Okay, Jared Eichhoff throws his curveball almost 60% of the time ahead in the count. He's ahead in the count to Gonzalez. Emmanuel, as you just said, 1,972 hits. You don't think he's looking for it right there, but yet still cannot pull the trigger? It's a nasty yacker. Nasty.
Yeah, he's got control of it tonight. There's no doubt about it. Here's Chase Utley. Utley for 13 years was a big part of the Phils' success around the infield and in the clubhouse. He is off to a terrible start this year with the Dodgers. 3 for 34. They signed him in February, but they also knew that he probably wouldn't be the starting second baseman. He loops that one out towards center. And Odubel Herrera makes the catch. Logan Forsythe was acquired from the Tampa Bay Rays. They thought he would be the everyday second baseman, but he is out with a toe injury. There's no doubt that Howard, and Utley, and Rollins will always be in the hearts of the Phillies fans.
People watching home will notice Cody Bellinger pretty much the same setup as Corey Seager.
Probably figures it works for him. It's going to work for me. He's tall and lean as well.
He does take a hellacious hack.
Just 21 years old. Playing the outfield here with the Dodgers. Played a lot of first base in the minor leagues. He does not mind being right on top of that plate. It is a pretty healthy hack.
You think?
Swing and a miss. 2-2. Yeah, that's healthy.
Backdoor slider. Jared's really getting around that, using that pitch more like a cutter.
Breaking ball inside 3-2. Yeah, he threw one earlier in this inning and it looked like a changeup because it didn't have the normal slider movement. It had more of the cutter movement. Cody Bellinger wearing number 35. His dad Clay, who made it to the major leagues when he was 30 years old with the Yankees and played parts of 4 seasons in the big leagues. He wore number 35 as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a fastball that runs out. First walk issued by Eichhoff.
Right fielder, number 14. Kike Hernandez.
And now Kike Hernandez. Do you like that 3-2 pitch?
I would like it more if it was a strike.
Kike Hernandez playing right field for the Dodgers. What on earth has happened to Yasiel Puig? He's just becoming a common player compared to the way he was his first year. Andre Ethier is on the disabled list. He's probably not going to be back till June. On the inside corner, there is that slider. It's 1-1.
It's a slide step out of Jared Eichhoff there. I'm going to call it a cutter.
It does look like a cutter. I would agree with you.
It's 84 to 86. His slider last couple seasons has been the low 80s.
Curveball.
So I think he's just getting around a little bit more, maybe holding on top a little bit more. Just not as much of a twist of the wrist.
To right center field, and the wind is going to take it over towards Saunders in straightaway right field, and that'll do it for the Dodgers. No runs, no hits, and one man left. Jared Eichhoff is through his first 2 innings. We'll go to the 3rd. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia question. Log on to Phillies.com. Go to the fans section for all the information. Please submit your answer on the subject line.
Don Drysdale.
Don Drysdale, it's not a bad guess. Who are the only 2 Los Angeles Dodger rookie managers to lead the team to a division title? The answer will be revealed a little later on. Top half of the 3rd. Tommy Joseph, Cameron Rupp, Jared Eichhoff are scheduled to bat against Maeda. It was breezy today. That's why you see the jackets for the folks. Temperatures during the day were much like the Delaware Valley in the 80s.
I'd like to see these Phillies hitters really start to be a bit more aggressive. Maeda's 0-2-1-2 on seemingly every hitter thus far. Maybe take more of an aggressive approach right here.
Tommy Joseph waves at a slider. Maeda has not gone past 5 innings in any of his starts this year, and it's not because of pitch count. Most of the games where he's been lifted, his pitch count's in the 70s, which is nothing at this point in the year. The problem has been he's just gotten hit around. as Tommy takes that one in the dirt for a while, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike.
So I cleared it up with Tommy today when he had that ground ball to hit to him the other day. I believe it was against, I think Hellickson was pitching, but he went over and tagged the bag and he slipped on top of the bag.
Oh yeah, okay.
He said, I never wear plastic molded spikes on the field. I always wear metal spikes. He said, I just slipped. The bag was wet.
Oh, so he was wearing metal.
He does wear metal during the game. He wears the plastic spikes for BP.
I told you, Ben.
You were right.
You really should not make fun of Tommy unless you ask him first. Even though you look like him. Doesn't open the door for you. 2 balls, 1 strike to Tommy Joseph. Outside, 3-1. Matt and Tommy have been working feverishly in the cage to try to get his swing to where it was last year. And behind in the count, he throws something soft, and it's 3-2.
Be a cutter just backed up on Tommy. Good one to hit nonetheless.
Cameron Rupp waits on deck. Got him. Threw it down to the zone. 3 straight strikeouts for Maeda. 1 away here in the 3rd.
A nasty pitch right there.
Sure is.
Late breaking. You have to swing at it. You think it's just a fastball down in the zone. Has some late lateral movement. You have to swing. It's there, it's there, it's there. Late movement. That's what got Tommy.
All right, so Cameron Rupp is coming up. I mentioned before that Cody Bellinger wears number 35 for the Dodgers. It's the same number his dad wore when he was in the big leagues. Murph, I think the Dodgers thought they would give him a little more seasoning in the minor leagues before they brought him up.
Yeah, he is certainly a little bit ahead of schedule. He's up here mostly because of injuries, and he probably won't be here that long, but you can expect, if you're a baseball fan, to hear the name Cody Bellinger for years to come. He is the top prospect in the Dodgers organization, and he is a top prospect in all of baseball, 6th ranked in all of Major League Baseball. And what do they like about him? Well, just about everything. You saw his offensive swing. They think he's going to be a terrific offensive player. They also think he is, well, they know he is a very good defensive player as well, and they love his competitiveness. And I had a conversation with him before the game and talking a little bit about that competitiveness, and he told me a great story. He said 2 years ago he was invited to Major League Camp, and the Dodgers every year down in spring training have a ping pong tournament. He played in the tournament, did not play very well. Well, in the off season, he went home, he bought a ping pong table, he bought his own paddle for the ping pong tournament, and he practiced all winter long so that he could be competitive when he got to spring training this year. He also worked on baseball, but he worked on ping pong, and he said, I just wanted to be part of it, and I wanted to play well. I said, well, how'd you do? He said, I lost in the 1st round, but I'm working on it. So that is Bellinger in a nutshell, but he's a guy that expect to see in Major League Baseball for quite some time, guys.
Yeah, he's very much a talent, and he can play first base. We mentioned he can play the outfield. Just athletic, and the Dodgers, who had a plethora of outfielders several years ago, don't have as many major league ready outfielders this year. Ground ball foul, 3-2. Murph, I have to ask you, were you at all scared by this?
Not at all. I barely even moved. Right?
Shouldn't you duck behind the net?
We
Murph,
just
instead of away
showed
from the
you
net?
ducking away from the net.
Nobody said I was bright. All right, nobody. Yes.
We'll never accuse you of it.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Cameron Rupp. Cameron is 0 for his last 9. Try to get on base here. And he tried to hold up, and I guess he did. So ball 4. A little surprised that Grandal just at least didn't ask.
Pitcher number 48, Jared Eichhoff.
Gary Cederstrom for some help. First base runner for the Phils. Adrian Johnson behind the plate. Gary Cederstrom is the crew chief. Tom Woodring's at second. And Eric Cooper is around at third. Eichhoff 0 for 7 so far this year. He has one sacrifice. He squares and he bunts it toward first base. Gonzalez tries for second in time to get Cameron Rupp. That was a heck of a play all the way around by Gonzalez and by Seager at second base. It was close though. Larry Bowa is going to go to the phone to check it out to see if Cameron Rupp was indeed safe.
Are you kidding me? With that, I mean, there was zero attempt or zero thought of Adrian Gonzalez going to first base here. He was going to second the whole way. I mean, he's attacking it here.
He's out.
He's out. Doesn't have that range of Seager, that big frame.
He was out by a fairly wide margin too. So 3-6 on the fielder's choice. And now Cesar Hernandez, who lined out to right his first time up.
Oh, the advantage of being a left-handed first baseman.
Well, just being Gold Glove caliber first baseman. I mean,
that helps.
That was well played. Outside 2-0. I guess the right thing to do if you were Jared was to bunt it toward third, knowing that Gonzalez was creeping in like that. Although Turner would have a better angle to field it and throw.
I didn't think it was that bad a bunt. It was just the aggressiveness of Gonzalez. Zero thought to throw it to first.
Line drive, base hit it to right field. Eichhoff is around second on his way to third base. Hernandez's throw cut off by Utley. And the Phillies have runners on first and third with two men down. That's the first hit of the day.
Number 13, Freddie Galvis.
Pick him up and put him down, big fella. There's one man I'm not worried about getting winded. It's Jared Eichhoff. Always see him out running his poles, getting that conditioning in. Hernandez gets to it nicely. Jared Eichhoff, no hesitation. All the way around second base, scampers into third.
Now you can run against Kenta Maeda. In fact, the opposition has stolen 9 bags against him this year. If you're wondering of whether Cesar would take off.
2016 against Grandal, 16 caught stealing out of 75 attempts.
Would that bother you as a catcher? Like, would it have bothered you?
It would. I mean, he can throw it. Grandal's got a good release. He's got a very good arm. He's been as low as 1.85 to second base. That's the time it hits his mitt to the middle infielder at second base. 1.85 seconds. That's very good time.
Fastball 1-1 to Freddie Galvis.
But that means his pitchers aren't helping him out. 16 out of 75.
Well, and Maeda is that kind of guy where he is slow to the plate. In the air to right field. That's well hit. Hernandez going back. It is off the base of the wall on one hop. One run is in. Hernandez is going to score. The ball kicked away from Kike Hernandez. It's a 2-run double for Freddie Galvis, who says I should have been on third, and the Phillies take a 2-0 lead.
More 2-out thunder by the Phils.
Number 37.
I knew the ball wasn't going to get out. My only fear was that it was going to bounce over the fence and just score Jared Eichhoff. That ball stays in. I'm thinking there's no way Cesar Hernandez is not going to score. I'm yelling for this ball. It short hopped the fence. It did.
Oh, it hit off his hand, off his glove.
Yeah. You see Freddie here. He's thinking it might go out. I don't think so, but I'm on my horse.
Yeah, the part of this stadium that's tough to tell is the right field and left field corners. The fences are so short that a line drive like that could easily buzz right out of the ballpark.
It's on you once you get halfway to second base. As you start to make that turn, you're picking up your third base coach, then it's on him.
Well, Freddie has several different times said to Juan Samuel, he pounded his chest and said, "My bad, my bad." I thought maybe something bothered him in his legs as he was going to second base, because really he should be on third base right now with 2 men down and Odubel Herrera at the plate. Odubel takes a fastball, 0-1.
And you say, well, there's 2 outs. He's going to score from second base anyway. Maeda's been known to spike a few pitches. We've already seen that this evening, so he could even score on a wild pitch. What's even better about that is Jared Eichhoff has a chance now to sit down, get some water. Or as Greg Murphy likes to say, water. A little breather. Another one out there, Odubel.
Odubel just said something to Maikel Franco. Ground ball softly out to Utley. And he's up with it. Throws out Odubel Herrera. Phillies do get 2 runs in the inning thanks to Freddie Galvis, who extended his hitting streak to 10 consecutive games. That brought home Eichhoff. It brought home Cesar Hernandez. It's 2-0 Phils as we go to the bottom of the third. Third inning here at Dodger Stadium. A 2-run double by Freddie Galvis. And as we go to the bottom of the third, Jared Eichhoff will face Kenta Maeda. Then the top of the order, Andrew Tolles and Corey Seager. Maeda hitless in this season. And the first pitch to him. Fastball a little high. I hit 0 for 5. One ball, one strike. Well, anybody that's followed Jared Eichhoff knows that the fact that he has some run support to deal with here, that's a pretty good sign. Phillies don't score a whole lot of runs for him, but he has allowed 3 earned runs or less in 31 games since becoming a major league pitcher. Out to shortstop. Galvis charges. And one quick out. Phillies baseball is brought to you by your local Ford store. Check out every new Ford car, truck, and SUV crossover at buyfordnow.com today. Buy Yellowwood brand pressure treated pine. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it. And buy True Green, America's #1 professional lawn care company. Start today. Live life outside. Dole's up for the second time. First time up, he struck out looking. That was lined to center field. That's a base hit. And that's the second hit for the Dodgers. And you got to keep an eye on him because he is a speedy runner.
Number 5, Corey Seager.
Seager flying out to left field his first time up. Swing and a miss. Fly ball left field again, and Altair, he only moves a few steps in thanks to the wind and makes the catch. 2 outs. He's did a pretty good job against Seager so far.
Number 10, Justin Turner.
2 fly balls to left field. Take that all day long.
Without Justin Turner. All right, Ben, what is it about Justin Turner? Why has he been able to turn his career around here with the Dodgers?
Using the whole field.
Remarkable, though, isn't it? I mean, it's surprising that he's not more of a national story because of how good he's been since coming over to the Dodgers.
See, he's right on the dish, but
that leg kick also, I think, has helped him.
He's a guy with that big leg kick, but he's able to get it down on time every time. But his ability, we saw his first at bat, bullet to center field. With the Mets, you see him pull off that pitch, a lazy fly ball to left field or center field.
There was some thought the Mets were going to try to bring him back this year.
Use the whole field.
Yep, base hit to right field. That's his second hit of the night. And Toles can fly, so he's on his way to third. First and third with 2 men down.
I mean, that's just his approach. That pitch is the Mazda StatCast up and in the middle, but where he stands on the plate, he plays it into more like an inside fastball, but he's still able to take the knob of the bat to the ball.
Quick throw over. Runner goes and then stops. The ball gets away from Rupp. Coming home is Toll, and the throw is off the glove of Eichhoff. Turner's on his way to third, and then stops halfway and goes back. A wild pitch makes it a 2-1 ball game.
I hope Jared's okay here. Walking a little gingerly.
Yeah, because he went awkwardly into home plate. Gosh, it happens so fast.
Coles doesn't need much. Yeah, you see that right knee kick out right there. And Jared Eichhoff.
And now he's going to bear down and get Adrian Gonzalez. Gonzalez takes outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Cesar Hernandez way out in shallow right field. Ball flagged down by Freddie Galvis on one hop, and once again the shift works in tonight's ball game.
Stop it, Freddie. You can play on my team any day of the week. Phillies up 2-1. We head to the 4th.
All right, it's time for Going Pong, presented by
Mason and order Green Mountain Coffee K-Cup pods. Great tasting coffee at amazingly low prices, delivered free the very same day when you order by 11:30. WB Mason knocks it out of the park. Who but WB Mason?
See Freddie right here, right out there in the center. This is a bullet hit off the bat of Adrian Gonzalez. Able to get there and just make that play sure-handedly. Hard to strike over Tommy Joseph first. Just fun to watch every day.
He went into the dugout. He was talking to Juan Samuel not only about that play, but also about his base running mistake in the previous inning as well. Pretty special, though, to watch Freddie Galvis on a daily basis. Galvis, and I know we could talk about this when he's out defensively again. He came into tonight's game second in total chances at the shortstop position in the National League to Eric Ibar. Ibar has no errors, and Freddie Galvis has no errors. It's been that kind of a year for Galvis. As Michael Franco, who lined out softly to first, leads things off here at the top of the 4th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball into the shift. Utley backhands. And Michael is thrown out. 4-3 on the putout. Saturday, May 6th, when the Phillies take on the Washington Nationals. It's the Fanatic About Reading Night at Citizens Bank Park, sponsored by Comcast. All fans 14 and under will receive the free Fanatic children's book. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. Always a great giveaway.
Michael Franco breaking 2 bats, his first 2 at bats of this road trip. He's probably thinking, do I have enough to make it through Chicago?
Here's Saunders now with 1 man down. 1 ball and no strikes. I will say this, not that it was the case there, but I wish that when you hit a ball toward Chase Utley and he's on that side of the diamond, you run it out, because Chase's arm is not what it used to be.
No.
And he is a second baseman. We do love watching him play, though. Oof. Two balls, no strikes. And Saunders steps out. Saunders struck out his first time up.
Rendell just went through 5 signs. Maeda shook all of them.
He has 5 pitches, and he also was working on a cutter as that ball is grounded through the hole on the right side. He was working on a cutter in spring training, and they've been surprised that he hasn't utilized the cutter yet.
Aaron Altair.
Numbers we have him only thrown it 0.6% of the time.
1 time. He's thrown it 1 time this whole year. Altair, his first time up, he also struck out. According to Inside Edge, Maeda has thrown the cutter 12 times tonight. How about that? Maybe he got the message. 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside.
Aaron coming into tonight's game against Maeda, 1 for 5 with 3 Ks, now 1 for 6 with 4 Ks, but he does have a home run.
Off to the right, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillies as a team came into tonight's game 10th in the league in hitting at 253. They have scored 97 runs, which is tied for 18th in all of Major League Baseball. They have put up some decent offensive numbers. There's no doubt about that. I think the most important thing about the Phillies offense, they're averaging 4.8 runs per game this year. If you go back to last year when they were 10-10 after 20 games, they were averaging 3.3 runs per game. So there's an uptick as that ball is off the glove of Grandal, and Saunders will go to second. I think that's a pass ball. I think he just boxed it.
It is a pass ball. Yep. He clanked it.
And strike 3 call. He absolutely fooled him. Whatever that pitch was.
That was a cutter.
Yeah, he fooled him.
We got Tommy Joseph out with his first at bat.
That's 4 strikeouts.
Tommy had a full count. Aaron Altera full count. Right at the bottom there.
So Altera struck out. I mentioned before that the reason that Pete put Altera in the number 6 spot instead of the 2-hole where he was is because it was more of an RBI situation or RBI spot.
And because of Freddie's numbers against Maeda.
That's it. And now time is called.
Love to see the Phillies answer back right here.
Tommy Joseph struck out swinging his first time up. And he pops it up. It should go back into the seats the way the wind is blowing, and it does. The ball's at 1 strike. Good pitch. 0-2. I think that's it again, isn't it? Boy, it's so interesting. Ball's 2 strikes to Tommy. And he's down looking. 5 strikeouts for Maeda. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left in scoring position. We play 3.5. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Phillies lead it 2-1. Today, Toyota, let's go places. And by WB Mason. Who but WB Mason for fast free delivery? Nobody does it better. Hello, Ben Davis and Greg Murphy. I'm Tom McCarthy. Pleasant night here in Southern California where the Phillies lead the Dodgers 2-1. Here's Tommy Lasorda, ambassador extraordinaire for the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Norristown zone.
Did you ever do any clinics or anything with Tommy Lasorda?
I did not, but one of his best friends growing up was Father Degnan, who was our parish priest at St. Joe's in Aston. And Father Degnan would always take us up to the Dodgers games again at the vet.
Ground ball to first base. And Grandal.
It was pretty cool.
So you had a chance to meet him even before you were playing.
When Tommy was managing.
Chase
And Father Degnan would always obviously go down to the ball games. I actually saw Tommy last year, and I said, hey, and Father Degnan's no longer with us, but I said, Father Degnan's a good man. He goes, how do you know Harry? I said, he was our parish priest.
Here is Chase Utley, who flied out to center field his first time up. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. Chase's fly ball to center field was a soft fly ball. Odubel Herrera, who's shaded over toward left center a little bit. Had to move over a few strides. Eichhoff so far 49 pitches with one out here in the fourth inning. Fastball's been topping off at 91 miles an hour tonight for Jared. New curveball that just sailed. Almost looked like he fell off the mound, didn't he?
He did. He caught a spike. Might have slipped earlier in the ball game. Going for that big curveball. Just landed awkwardly.
Again, it's kind of surprising. Bellinger waiting on deck. That one's pulled foul. That one spun over to third. Maikel Franco throws out Chase Utley. Still hustling every single time. Tuesday, May 9th is the third Hatfield Phillies Frank Dollar Dog Night of the season. Get your tickets now by going to Phillies.com. It's when the Phillies take on the Mariners. 7:05 start. Number 3, Ben. Now Bellinger, who walked his first time up. Shows bunt, bunts it toward the third base line. And no chance for Maikel Franco to throw him out. Thinking to himself, all right, I'm going to reestablish the way baseball thinks I'm going to hit it.
For everyone watching the game of baseball says, why don't they do that every time to beat that shift?
Nice bunt.
It's an excellent bunt. It didn't even have to be that good.
Now Kike Hernandez.
Do you like that play?
I don't mind it.
I love it.
I mean, part of it is that I can't tell you that I know everything about Bellinger. I mean, I know he's hitting .343 in the minor leagues. Would I want to see Ryan Howard do it or Jim Thome? No.
Right.
Pretty good pitch.
He's going against a pitcher he's never seen before. He did only has now the 2 at bats. He did walk his first time up, but
Now they project him to be a home run hitter. I mean, I don't know if he'll hit as many as 30 as he hit in the minor leagues one year, but he could hit 25. But still,
his first year in the minor leagues, he hit 2. Take that back. He hit 1 home run.
That one's hit well out toward left field. Altair going back, and it's off his glove and off the wall. Bellinger's around third, and he's going to tie this game up.
That's why I don't mind it. That's why you get 3 outs every inning. The fact that even Aaron Altair got a glove on this surprises the heck out of me, because this ball was smoked. Aaron just out of reach. The fact that he was literally able to just get a glove on that, I'm thinking that ball way over his head, and he's able to get back that quickly on it.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be off the base of the wall easily. So it scored a double, and now it's a 2-2 game, and Maeda's the batter. Maeda grounded out to shortstop his first time up. And he takes up and in, 1 ball, no strikes.
Do I like that bunt right there with, if you don't have a guy that can knock you in from first base, I don't like it.
Right. Yeah, if you're doing it for Maeda,
yeah,
then it's probably silly.
Exactly. But if you have a guy that has extra base probability, no offense to it, to say like a Ben Revere. Ben Revere most likely is not going to hit a ball in the gap or out of the ballpark or something you could score on from first base. But if you have a guy like Kike Hernandez with a little juice in your bat, yeah, go ahead and lay one down.
Maeda taking all the way. It's 2-1. After a quick conversation, Cameron Rupp went out to talk to Eichhoff after he missed on the first couple pitches. Over to shortstop again. Freddie Galvis boots it for a moment, and by the time he recovers, Maeda is safe at first. That is the first error of the season for Freddie Galvis. And it puts runners on first and third.
You knew it was inevitable. You're just not used to seeing it. Bob McClure is going to have a word here with Jared Eichhoff, but this hits right off the heel of his glove. Very sure-handed Freddie Galvis with his first E6 of the season.
It's only the 8th error by the Phillies this year. See the frustration on Freddie's face. Well, now if you're Eichhoff, you got to bear down and get this batter here. Adrian Johnson gave him a few extra moments. Curveball, and it's 0-1. Toles singled and scored his last time up, went down on strikes his first time. Outside. I think he kind of went away from the curveball after those first couple of curves slipped in this inning, but trying to get back to it here. All of this has happened with 2 outs for the Dodgers. Runner goes from first. Ball is bunted toward the mound. Eichhoff calms himself and throws out Toles. I'm not sure why Kike Hernandez did not run right away, but it doesn't matter. A run does score for the Dodgers on 2 hits. They leave 2. We'll leave for the 5th, tied up at 2. Has been your Eagles draft headquarters. Tomorrow, wrap up the draft with a look at all the final picks and what the season holds for the Eagles. Watch Draft Central tomorrow at 6 on CSN. We're all square at 2 as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. Here's the play that ended the last half inning.
I'm thinking this is a hit and run. Maeda takes off. You're not going to be bunting here with the pitcher stealing second base. I know Toles can run, but I don't know what Hernandez is doing at third base. There's 2 outs. Get on your horse.
So you're thinking hit and run, not bunt and run?
I'm thinking it's a hit and run, especially you see George Lombard walking over to Toles here. And he's like, and Toles just starts shaking his head. It's just a very odd situation to be bunting in.
It was odd to see the runner not running from third on contact. It was odd to see the pitcher running from first. All right, Cameron Rupp, who walked his first time up. First pitch is up high. So this is where Maeda has, in a lot of ways, run into trouble. We mentioned that he's given up the 7 home runs. He's also given up 5 doubles this year. So 12 extra base hits overall coming into this game. Broken bat looper back at second base. And Chase Utley puts it away. Actually counted a double by Galvis tonight. He's given up 13 extra base hits. As Jared Eichhoff will now be the hitter. Eichhoff reached on that fielder's choice, came around to score on the double by Freddie Galvis. Outside 1-0. You know, you wonder about, pitch selection for Maeda and where he's locating pitches. Well, you know, when he's in trouble with these extra base hits, he is throwing it pretty much right down the middle of the plates. I mean, here are the extra base hits. I mean, that's a sweet spot for righties or lefties. The doubles in blue, the home runs in red. Line drive, base hit for Jared Eickhoff into left field. And that is Jared's first hit of the night, or her first hit of the season, I should say.
Second baseman, Cesar Hernandez.
See the pitch. Down and out over the middle of the plate. Nice swing by Jared.
And now Cesar Hernandez. Cesar singled his last time up. Gonzalez not bothering to hold Eickhoff on. Phillies just recently wrapped up 17 consecutive games against the National League East. They went 10-7 during those games, which going into that stretch, people wondered, well, how would they do against the Mets? How would they do against the Nationals? 10-7 is pretty darn good. They hit .260 during that stretch. They hit 18 home runs in those 17 games. And they scored 87 runs. As Hernandez stays alive and pokes it foul. The Phillies find themselves 3.5 games back behind the Nationals, who have lost today. Finally have lost today. Upstairs, 1-2.
As we enter the third time around for these Philadelphia Phillies. First time through the lineup, career for Kenta Maeda, 207. Second time through, 218. Third time through the lineup, 340.
Why is that? Does he get tired? Does he get lazy with his pitches?
Just know what to expect. His pitches just aren't as crisp later on in the ball game.
And knowing what to expect, I guess, is a big deal. If you're the offense, you know, you're kind of understanding, all right, well, he's going to throw this, he's going to throw that. Let's stay with it. How do you counter that if you're a catcher, though? It has to be hard.
Honestly, I just stick with what is working until they hit it.
In the air to left field. And Bellinger puts it away for the second out. And Freddie Galvis will be batting.
If you look at his splits, first, second, third time through, pitch usage ahead, even, or behind in counts, they really don't change drastically between the first at bat to the third at bat. That would lead me to believe that his pitches just aren't as crisp. Tires quickly, starts elevating the baseball.
Freddie looked like he was taken all the way on that one. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Maeda, during his time in Japan, won 97 games, lost 67, had an ERA of 2.39. You know, people talk about the Japanese pitchers And a lot of it has been brought up because of the success of Thames from the Brewers. You know, he played over in Korea, and folks are saying, well, you know, how did he hit so well over there? It must be the pitching. It must be bad. And a lot of folks say that even in Korea, the top 2 pitchers on each staff are very good, are high quality pitchers, and that's the same with Japan. And Maeda was one of those. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Corey Seager will lead things off for the Dodgers when we come back to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Time now for your Citizens Bank Minor League Report. And we take a peek at what's going on down on the farm. Tonight's games, Reading defeated Portland 10-7. Scott Kingery, another home run, a 2-run shot. Threshers defeated St. Lucie 7-2. Cole Irwin allowed a run in 6 innings of work. And Mickey Moniak picked up the lone RBI as Lakewood lost to Kannapolis 10-1. Lehigh Valley, by the way, at Toledo was postponed because of inclement weather. These fans who are here tonight will get a chance to see some of those prospects at some point in the next couple of years that we talked about. By the way, that's 5 in a row that the Fightins have won. Reading Fightins have won. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Corey Seager will lead things off, and Greg Murphy is with a very special guest.
Yeah, very special indeed, because it's a special weekend for these 2 guys. You might recognize this face back in Philadelphia is Randy Chapman, the owner of the Chapman Auto Group, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you're here not in any kind of official capacity. You're here as a fan, as a father, just enjoying some baseball. And first look at Dodger Stadium. What are your thoughts?
It's nice, nice. Well, I was looking forward to coming out here. It's a nice stadium, enjoying it.
You're with your son Joseph over here, and you guys are out here because you're a part of a very special event that CSN put on over the winter, the Shining Stars Award Dinner and for the March of Dimes, and you bid on a package to come on out here and be a Philly fan for the weekend. I know you're a Philly fan all the time, but talk a little bit about that night and how you were able to give back and help with the March of Dimes.
I think this year 1 we've participated with the Shining Stars. And it's a great event. You know what I mean? It's for a great cause. You know, it's been around for a long time, and so we try to participate. It's one of our biggest or favorite group to sponsor the March of Dimes. And they had this. They had the live auction and the opportunity to bid on the series out here in LA, and I had to jump on that. It was a good opportunity. My son Joe and I came out. Long weekend for us to spend together. So it's good. And the March of Dimes is just what an organization that is. It's just
Yeah, it's a special night indeed. And so Joe, you get word that Dad wins the auction. You're going to get a chance to come out and see 3 games here at Dodger Stadium. You're staying at the team hotel. We're going to have breakfast tomorrow morning. It's a whole big deal. You're pretty excited about it. A pretty good weekend, I would think, with Dad.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. It's definitely better than North Philly, but it's different. Yeah.
Hey, think about the great ballparks in America, and this is one of them. Have you had a chance to walk around? Now, we should tell people that you flew in this morning, so it feels like it's about 2 o'clock in the morning right now for you guys. Is that one hooks foul down the right field line? So I know you're tired, but have you had a chance to look around? Because you'll have all weekend.
Yeah, exactly right. We walked around a little bit tonight, but again, we have the game tomorrow night and the game Sunday, so we'll have plenty of time to get a real, a real good tour of the stadium. So
it is beautiful, isn't it? Yeah, my favorite.
Setting.
Any other plans to do anything out in LA? I mean, this is La La Land. There's a lot to do out here.
I know. Well, this is just a weekend trip for us. I don't know. We'll see if we can fit in. But we flew out early this morning, so we gotta rest up tonight for the rest of this weekend.
Well, we just wanted to. Glad that you guys are out here. We hope you have a terrific weekend. Thanks so much for all that you do, not only for the March of Dimes, but for Comcast Sportsnet and your partnership with the Phillies as well. It's always great to see you guys out here, and we hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you, and thank you for having us. You've been a great host, and we had a great time. We're having a great time. Thank you very much.
You got it. We're gonna have breakfast with these guys tomorrow. Don't be late, you two. Promise me.
I don't know if the two of us are who you should worry about being late there, big boy.
Murph, is there food involved?
There will be food involved.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah, I know you will.
Here's Justin Turner with a runner at first base. 2-2 game here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Turner is already 2 for 2. And he takes a fastball low, 1 ball, no strikes. Garrett Eichhoff needs a big pitch here after giving up the free pass to Corey Seager. That was awfully close. 2-0. Eichhoff wanted that pitch from Adrian Johnson.
Eichhoff with the best mound demeanor, mound presence I've seen.
Pulled outside.
Yeah, he wanted it. Not one to flinch out there.
Out toward left field. Aaron Alterga turned around, recovers, reaches up, makes the catch. And 1 out. Back to first base goes Seager. Yeah, that will bring Adrian Gonzalez to the plate. Yeah, he is different, Justin Turner, than he was 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Everything he hits hard.
He does. Pitch location here, up in the middle. Very rarely, as you said, Tom, he got turned around. Very rarely will you see Aaron get turned around. But his ability to get redirected is something.
Adrian Gonzalez is struck out. He's also grounded out to shortstop. Back toward the middle, a base hit. Freddie was shaded that way before. Odubel Herrera will get to it and throw to third base on 1 hop, and Seager is safe at third. It'll be first and third with 1 out. Ben, I don't know about you. I think Odubel got his feet caught up and not in the proper angle to grab that and throw. I think it may have surprised him that Seager was going to third base.
The play's right in front of Seager. There's zero, and I mean zero hesitation. It's like he didn't get his momentum going towards third base. You want to take this and you see zero hesitation by Seager. Efficient route around second base. Big fella can move.
I mean, it was a close play.
Yeah.
And I think if Odubel had come around it a little differently, it may have even been a play that landed in the favor of the Phils. Well, instead, they'll play the infield back looking for 2 with runners on first and third. And a fly ball to right field. That'll be deep enough to score Seager. At least it should be. Saunders is under it. Now he gets a running start. The throw goes toward the cutoff man. And then heads toward home, and Seager scores. And it's a 3-2 Dodger lead. The sac fly by Grandal.
Leadoff walk gets him here. Grandal should thank Seager for that RBI. All-around great hustle by Corey Seager to get to third base with less than 2 outs.
Yeah, it was very good base running. And again, I don't know if Odubel would have been able to throw him out if he had turned around it a little differently. Utley takes a strike, 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillies scored 2 runs in the 3rd inning to take a 2-0 lead. Now the Dodgers now have put up single runs in each of the last 3 innings. On top by 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. And Utley grounds one through the shift. Now that'll put runners on 1st and 2nd with 2 men down. That is only the 4th hit for Chase this year. It's crazy to think.
Cody Bellinger.
Bob McClure heading back out to the mound to talk to Jared.
I got home from working the Phillies game the other night and flipped on the Dodgers and Giants, and Chase had come up and he'd just gotten a hit. And it's hitting .063. And I said, wow.
That's amazing.
Just had no idea.
80 pitches now for Eichhoff. Just a few hitters where he's falling behind and falling into hitters' counts in this game.
This is not a good lineup to fall behind.
No, a lineup that is 18th in Major League Baseball at hitting at 240. Some might say they've underachieved so far this year. They've scored 99 runs now, counting the 3 tonight. Cody Bellinger has walked and he's reached on a bunt single. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
I think the Dodgers employ a chiropractor. Man.
I think he swings a lot like Jock Peterson.
He does.
Who's also on the disabled list.
Yep.
Pretty good job of scouting, though, if you're the Dodgers, thinking about, that the fact that you have Jock Peterson, who is not, long-term the player that they expected after his first year. You have Seager. You have Bellinger. I mean, you've added some young players that have some impact. That one is a base hit into right field. Rounding third, heading for Almas Gonzalez. The throw to the plate by Saunders on 1 hop is there in plenty of time, and the inning is over. A perfectly thrown baseball by Michael Saunders helps Jared Eichhoff get out of this 5th. The Dodgers do score 1. We'll head to the 6th.
All right, fans, it's time to
Plus, increased power in his bat is giving the Phils offense that extra lift. Hernandez has 10 multi-hit games in the first 18 of the season, a feat done only 6 times in franchise history. And it's brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. Live fearless. Phillies trail at 3-2 as we move to the top of the 6th inning here at Dodger Stadium. Time now for a Hyundai defensive play of the game, and it was our last play with Michael Saunders throwing out Adrian Gonzalez.
Makes the plays. He comes through the baseball. He attacks it. No place for Adrian Gonzalez to go. Nice tag by Cameron Rupp. That is your Hyundai defensive play of the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealers.
All right, so now Odubel Herrera will lead off the 6th inning. Odubel is 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. First pitch is in there for strike. 72 miles an hour from Maeda.
That was the 41st pitch against left-handed hitters tonight. Only 12 have been fastballs.
Well, I guess that, he's taken notice to all the hard hit balls in previous outings. Change up, and it's 0-2. Essentially pitching backwards here tonight. Well, that was one of those fastballs. That was number 13. Just at the edge of the bottom of the zone. Looked like a pretty good pitch.
Not exactly where Grandal wanted it.
I don't think so. Off the end of the bat, and it remains 1-2. Well, as we mentioned, pitch count has not been an issue for him. It's just getting battered around. Not a great at bat by Odubel Herrera. He has struck out. That's 6 strikeouts for Maeda, and 1 away here in the 6th inning. Rick Honeycutt is in his 12th year as the pitching coach for the Dodgers, and since he's taken over, the ERA for the Dodgers 3.65. The WHIP, walks, hits per inning pitched, 1.26, which is also first. Lots of strikeouts, partly because of the bullpen and Kershaw.
Greinke.
And forgot about Greinke. But he really has done a very good job as the pitching coach, and longevity, staying around past two managers. And it's 1 ball and no strikes to Franco. Dodgers will move around the shift with Franco up. Over to first base, and Adrian Gonzalez will run over and make the play. 3 unassisted. And Michael Saunders is coming up. Well, whatever Maeda did in between starts, it could be a combination of things. I mean, the Phillies' approach to him, but the way he is pitching them, pitching almost backwards tonight, has certainly given him a solid outing.
The problem is, and he just did it there, but he did double up on Michael with that fastball, but he really hasn't doubled up on many pitches tonight. And the other bad thing is he's throwing all 5 pitches with command, throwing them off for strikes.
Saunders 1 for 2 tonight. He pulls it foul, 0-1.
You could see the 1-1 pitch to Michael. Not ready to hit that fastball. And they climb the ladder and he hits a little dribbler at first base.
Two.
So much easier to hit when you can eliminate a pitch or pitches from a starting pitcher's repertoire. You know he can't throw it for a strike. He knows he can't throw it for a strike. He's going to try and get you out with the other pitches. I've actually gone out and talked to pitchers. They shake, they shake, they shake. They want to go to a pitch they're not successful with that night. I go out to the mound and say, what do you want to throw here? I want to throw a curveball. Oh, yeah? How's your curveball been tonight? Said that to him. All right, what do you want to do? Well, let's attack him differently.
It's had about 3 or 4 pitches like that, though, that have been in the dirt, but it hasn't hurt him.
No. Well, you're definitely not going to get hurt there.
Unless you're facing Vladimir Guerrero or Roberto Clemente.
They're playing cricket somewhere.
Two balls, 2 strikes. That's right, Yasmani. Adrian Johnson will go get it. It's only 2 feet away from you. Got him. 2 more strikeouts in the inning for Maeda. He has 7 overall. We have completed 5.5 here at Dodger Stadium. Dodgers holding on to a 1-run lead. And Kenta Maeda has his best outing of the year so far. To you by your Delaware Valley Honda dealers. Hurry to your local Del Val Honda dealer. Visit DelValHondaDealers.com. And by McDonald's. Now at McDonald's, an ice cold delicious soft drink is only $1. I'm loving it. Bottom of the 6th inning, the Phillies trail at 3-2. Jared Eichhoff going back to work. He'll face Kike Hernandez. And then the pitcher's spot, and we'll see if Maeda comes out. Hernandez is 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up, drove in a run. Got a curveball outside, 1-0. Down the left field line, that's hooked foul. Nice catch. Ball girl, right place, right time.
Well done.
Nice catch, nice smile. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Kike. Up high, 2-1.
He's really lost a grip for that curveball. Early in the game, it was lights out.
And he got it back for 1 pitch in the last inning, but beyond that, a lot of it has been just sailing away.
I think it really started with that at bat to Chase Utley.
Luis Garcia firing in the bullpen. Odubel Herrera in shallow center field. And 1 out. Time now for the Jeep Stump the Fans trivia quiz answer. All right, Ben, here we go. Who are the only 2 Los Angeles Dodger rookie managers to lead the team to a division title? Now, I will preface this by saying that for a long period of time, Dodgers didn't have many managers.
No, they did not. I would like to thank the production cavity. This was in my opinion, rather easy question. But the man downstairs right now, Dave Roberts.
Dave Roberts is correct.
And Joe Torre.
Joe Torre is incorrect. Ground ball foul past the third base bag. Not a bad thought on your part. Dave Roberts is correct. We told you that. The other manager is in the ballpark. It's not Walter Alston.
I was thinking first year, not rookie. Not bad.
Maeda pops out to Tommy Joseph. It is Tommy Lasorda. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack.
Center fielder number 16, Andrew Toll.
Tommy Lasorda took over for Walter Alston, who managed the Dodgers for 23 years before Tommy took over. And Tolles fouls it off to the left side.
See, when you think something's too easy, you have a beach ball in the field.
It's going to get you. Walter Alston 23 years, Tommy Lasorda 21 years. So for 44 years they had 2 managers.
I don't know why I just had first year with the Dodgers. Obviously Joe Torre was not a rookie manager.
Nope. That means out towards center field, and Tolles aboard for the second time. So he is aboard, and Corey Seager's coming up.
Number 5, Corey Seager.
93 pitches for Jared Eichhoff.
At some point, you'd have to think that Tolles will be off and running.
Well, Pete Buchanan's thinking that.
You might be thinking, well, if he makes it to second successfully, then he walks Seager. The problem is Turner's on deck. That's the issue.
Turner has 2 hits tonight. He's also flied out to left field. Dodgers have only stolen 1 bag in the last 11 games. One ball, 1 strike. in the dirt, gets by Cameron Rupp, and Toll goes to second base. It'll be the second wild pitch of the night.
I'd like to see Cameron be a little quicker here. Anticipate that ball in the dirt. A little quicker with your lateral movement.
Popped him up. Franco over toward the Dodgers dugout. Can he get there and get a spot on it? No. And it remains 2-2.
So Cameron Rupp, his head goes this way first. It needs to go that way. When you pop up with your head, it makes you that much slower to move laterally. So you need to, instead of popping up with that curveball, you need to just start moving laterally.
If it gets popping up, then it's going to take you forever to get back down.
Just makes you slower. Exactly.
Well, he thought he had a good pitch to get Seager. Now the 2-2 is upstairs, 3-2.
Take a look here. See him go up there with that shoulder. You just need to go sideways. Just let that ball get way too deep instead of attacking it.
Yeah, just little subtleties.
Yeah.
Eichhoff about to throw his 100th pitch of the night. And Seager fouls it, and it remains 3-2.
Perfect example of why Jared doesn't have a feel for that curveball later on in this ball game.
Yeah.
Perfect situation to drop that big hammer on Corey Seager and opts to go to that slider.
Does throw the breaking ball, and it's inside, ball 4. The Dodgers, who scored a run in the 4th with 2 outs, have 2 outs here, and Eichhoff's night is going to be done. There was nothing in the strike zone to Seager, maybe the 3rd pitch. And that one loops outside, or loops inside, I should say. So Eichhoff's night is done. They'll go to Luis Garcia with Justin Turner due up. And they'll try to get the final out here in the 6th inning. So pitching change for the Phillies. Luis Garcia coming in. We'll take a break. Business. Go to PhilliesCamps.com or call 610-520-3400. Baseball and softball camps for girls and boys aged 6 to 14. 4 divisions allow for age-appropriate instruction. Professional coaching and skill development for Phillies players, coaches, and baseball academy instructors. Jared Eichhoff's evening is complete. He is responsible for the 2 runners on. And Luis Garcia's been brought in to face Justin Turner. Now Turner, notorious to swing at the first pitch. So you got to make it a good one if you're Garcia. And he doesn't throw him the fastball, but he gets ahead. Garcia, this is his 5th game. 2 strikeouts in 4 innings, but he is a strikeout pitcher. Cameron blocks that one.
That was a nice play. Noticeably quicker to react to that pitch.
Another beach ball.
Sink that much at 97 miles per hour.
Yeah, and he's been able to command it to start this year.
The ball went straight down.
Yeah.
Straight down.
Runners lead off 1st and 2nd, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wow. That went up at 100 miles an hour. And Cameron Rupp did a heck of a job corralling this pitch.
Wow. What a play by Cameron Rupp.
100 miles an hour.
Arm ripper.
Runners go. Pitch is nubbed foul off to the right. And they'll do it again.
Ball sliced up.
Sure is. Kenta Maeda would have thrown that away.
Good hitters do. They just get a pitch at 100 at your neck. Back with an 86-mile-an-hour slider. 3-2. Able just to get a piece of it to see another pitch.
Runners will take off again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And a liner out toward left field. Altair going back. It's over his head and a 1-hop off the wall. 2 runs will score easily. And the Dodgers now lead it 5-2. And Justin Turner is 3 for 4 in this ball game.
More 2-out thunder here by the Dodgers. Hernandez and Maeda go down. They're thinking, all right, 2 quick outs. Get out of here, 3-2.
Number 23.
By fouling off that pitch. 3-2, then it gets a hanger, does Justin Turner. It's a bullet to left field. Man.
He's hot. And Adrian Gonzalez takes ball 1. Well, Turner 3 for 4 in this ball game. He came in hitting .363. He didn't have many RBIs. He had 8 RBIs, now has 10 with the 2 there. Healthy swing by Gonzalez. Turner up to 381 now after his 3 hits tonight. And a liner out toward left field. Busy night for Altair. Now the side is retired, but the damage is done with 2 outs. The Dodgers are able to get 2 more runs charged to the line of Jared Eichhoff. We'll head to the 7th. Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. The Dodgers down 2-0 have scored 5 unanswered runs. 2 of those runs scoring in the 6th inning. Freddie Galvis hit a 2-run double for the Phils back in the 3rd, but Justin Turner has been all over this ball game, 3 for 4 with a 2-run double in the last half inning. He goes back to work over 3rd, and Kenta Maeda will go back to work out on the mound. I thought maybe his night would be done after 6. They might have been happy with getting 6 from him, just because he has struggled so much, but they're going to run him out there again to start this 7th inning. Just 91 pitches, but he has struck out 7 tonight.
Yeah, since the 3rd inning, that was really his only stressful inning. He's had the Phillies hitters baffled ever since.
Hey, starts Altair off there with a breaking ball. And that's basically what he has done. He has started him off with soft and softer. Broken bat liner caught by Maeda. One away.
It definitely gotten up, yeah, it would have definitely gotten up the middle for a hit there for Aaron.
First baseman number 19, Tommy Joseph.
Little cutter, outer half. Very good reactions. Snow coned it. Going to be a knock for sure. He had a couple strikeouts. Need a ball off the end of the bat. Thinking, I'm going to get a knock here. Nope.
Tommy Joseph swings at the first pitch. Adrian Gonzalez on the first base side. And there are 2 outs here in the 7th inning. So Maeda now has thrown 3 pitches and has gotten 2 outs. And Cameron Rupp will be the hitter.
Tommy swung at the first pitch all 3 times up tonight.
Cam has walked. He's also popped out to second. And a pitch at the knees, 0-1. Ty Kelly's come out of the on-deck circle to pinch hit for the Phils. And a line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball going to the corner. And Cameron up on his way to second base. And he will get there with his 5th double of the year.
Good swing by Cam.
Number 15, Ty Kelly.
To make him feel good. Walked his first at bat. Short swing. Amazing you can take that short a swing and hit a ball that hard. Timing and quick hands.
Maeda's looking into the dugout as Grandal will come out with the scouting report. Josh Fields is the right-hander loosening up. Luis Avilan is the left-hander. And Rick Honeycutt's going out to the mound with the translator. Talk to Maeda. It's got to just be a scouting report meeting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think he'd be concerned about taking him out with Ty Kelly making his Phillies debut.
Can't believe that there's a whole lot of reports on Ty.
Well, maybe not from this year.
Coming from Buffalo.
He only had 9 plate appearances in Buffalo. Last year he played 1 game for the Mets. The year before, or excuse me, 39 games for the Mets. This year he played 1 game for the Mets. And he's 1 for 15 as a pinch hitter.
Assume that they would employ this soft away, hard in tactic.
Mm-hmm.
There's the soft away.
Yep.
When in doubt,
follow the game plan.
Follow the game plan.
Outside, 2-0. Tonight's start is the 40th for Maeda. We mentioned that before. He doesn't often go deep in games, but he has completed 7 innings only twice in his big league career. His last time was in July of last season against the Padres. On the outside corner, 2-1. Two and two. Ty Kelly originally drafted in the 13th round in 2009 out of Cal Davis. He is from Stockton, California.
Played quite a few games there.
And a foul tip. And the inning is over. 8 strikeouts tonight for Kenta Maeda. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. It's only the 3rd time in his big league career he's completed 7 innings in a game. Festival. It all begins at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. It benefits the ALS Association and the Greater Philadelphia chapter. Guests can take photos with a 2008 World Series trophy, get autographs from the current Phils, and take part in a silent auction and throw in the bullpen if you choose. Tickets are on sale now by going to Phillies.com. Well, here at Dodger Stadium, the Phils trail at 5-2. And as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, the Major League debut for one Mark Leiter is upon us.
Feeling he will never ever forget.
Yeah, his dad Mark, of course, played for the Philadelphia Phillies. Mark Sr. made his debut on July 4th of 1990 against the Texas Rangers. And now Mark Jr. does it here tonight.
I know you have a job to do, does Mark Leiter Jr., but just try and take everything in. Try and take it. It's okay to be a little selfish here. Taking the jog from the bullpen, the warm-up pitches, looking around, seeing that third deck on the stadium. Here we go.
Former 22nd round pick out of New Jersey Institute of Technology, and the first pitch of his big league career is taken down low, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Cam just threw the baseball out, but he threw it to the Dodgers side of the field. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss by Grandal, 1-1. Mark Leiter is not an overpowering pitcher, but you saw the first couple pitches in the low 90s. Inside, 2-1. He is the first player from the New Jersey Institute of Technology to make it to the big leagues. He is out of Toms River North High School. Bouncer right side. Cesar Hernandez is up with it. And in time to get Grandal, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Talk to any of the Phillies and their player development staff and the scouts. They love his makeup. They love his competitiveness. Not afraid to challenge anybody. Believes in his stuff. Very complimentary towards the young man.
Well, we mentioned that he's out of Toms River North High School. Jerry DiPoto, who is now the general manager of the Seattle Mariners, is also out of Toms River North High School down in central New Jersey. Pitch to Chase Utley is a fastball in there. It's 0-1, 93 miles an hour. His uncle Al, of course, played in the big leagues and was a very effective major league pitcher. Al also has a son who is pitching in the state of New Jersey in high school baseball. Is pretty darn good too. 1 ball, 1 strike to Chase Utley. You know, we've heard so much about some of the younger players that have come through the Phillies system that we anticipated would be on the roster. You know, guys like Brock Stassi, guys like Andrew Knapp. Check swing by Utley. Even some of the players that are currently down at Lehigh Valley. I don't know if Mark was on anybody's radar to make it this year after being in the minor leagues for 5 years. 2 balls and 1 strike. Out toward left center field. Aaron Altair is there. And he's under it, makes the catch, and there are 2 outs. But the good thing is, Murph, is that Leiter knows Andrew Knapp, and he also knows Brock Stassi. So there's a little bit of a comfort level in the clubhouse.
Yeah, you know, that's part of what's been good over the last couple of years. Some of these young guys getting an opportunity. That it always does seem to be a guy or two that they know very well and they feel comfortable with. You know, one of the great stories this spring, and really one of the good stories in baseball, was Brock Stassi's emergence and making the team out of spring training. Well, Mark was his roommate down in Clearwater this year. They lived together. So Mark's told me that, you know, he kind of lived through Brock, that whole situation. You know, that Brock was getting closer and closer, and then finally getting word that he had made the team and he was going to be part of the Phillies going forward. And he said, it was so cool to be a part of that, just a small part of it, as his roommate. And then, a couple of weeks later, they get word that Mark is coming up to join the Phillies as well. And I asked Brock about that, and he said he was the most excited. He actually got a little inkling ahead of time that he may be getting called up, and he gave him a call, and he was, talking to him and saying they were pulling for each other. So it's just cool to watch these young guys get a chance to play here in the big leagues together.
2 balls, 1 strike to Bellinger, and a bouncer to the right side, cut off by Tommy Joseph. Leiter's there to cover in time to get Bellinger. Now the side is retired. A 1-2-3 7th inning for Mark Leiter Jr. in his major league debut. Couple ground outs and a fly out, and you even have to get off the mound quickly here in the big leagues. Pretty athletic play to make the catch and the tag. Ball is brought to you by Nissan. ShopChooseNissan.com. By Jefferson Health. Call 800-JEF now or visit jefferson.edu. And by your local Chevrolet dealers. How long do you think it's going to take for Mark Leiter's adrenaline to calm down while he's sitting on the bench?
A few hours.
Congratulated by everybody as he walked into the dugout. Whether he's going to get another inning or not, we'll wait and see. We might get Jenmar Gomez into tonight's game since it seems like it's been a month since he pitched last. Josh Fields, though, will be the new pitcher for the Dodgers. Fields will face Cesar Hernandez as we begin the top of the 8th inning. Phillies down 5-2. 7 innings pitched tonight for Maeda. He struck out 8. And he allowed just 5 Phillies hits and 2 runs. First pitch from Fields, who does have a lively fastball. He's basically just thrown fastball curveball this year.
But he can throw all 4. Also at about 95 miles an hour. Curveball at about 77 miles per hour. We'll mix in the slider and change from time to time.
1 ball and no strikes. And 1-1. Dodgers bullpen has an ERA of 3.15, which is 8th best in baseball. Breaking ball lifted out toward left. Bellinger puts it away. What away? Let's check in with Greg Murphy. Murph, step on up.
Well, thank you, Tom. It's time for our unlimited baseball break presented by T-Mobile. And first up, a couple of monster home runs tonight in baseball. The first one, Manny Machado of the Orioles hit one. How about this? 470 feet. It is the longest home run in baseball this year, 470 feet. And in the same game against the Yankees, Orioles-Yankees, how about Aaron Judge, the Yankees rookie? He hit one that came off his bat at 119 98.4 miles per hour. That is the hardest hit home run since the StatCast era has started, since they've been tracking that exit velocity. 119.4 miles per hour off the bat. Both of them in the same game. Yankees won at 14-11. We told you about Noah Syndergaard, scratched from his last start on Friday. He threw today in a side session, says he's feeling great, and he is ready to go on Sunday. So the New York Mets get Syndergaard back on Sunday. He will start for them then. That's your baseball break, guys.
All right, Murph, thank you very much. Mets have defeated the Nationals today 7-5. Cesar Hernandez was retired, and now Freddie Galvis bunts, and Josh Fields dives for it and then loses it as it goes into foul territory. Now that has scored a base hit for Freddie. He has 2 hits tonight. I still think there's something going on with Freddie's hamstring.
He's grabbing his left hamstring, the back of it. This is it's a good bump by Freddie, but even better play by Fields. Does not throw Freddie out. But Freddie immediately grabbing that left hamstring. Right there. And then he grabs it on his way back.
Yeah, and he did it earlier in the game when he was at second base after that double.
But you would think if his hamstring is really barking, why would he be laying down a bunt? You know, I think I may have to go. I really have to leg one out here.
Well, Dubal Herrera is now up. He's 0 for 3. Inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Good time for number 3.
Would really get him back on track. This has been a rough week for Odubel. Good fastball, 93, but it was up. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think Odubel's having a little trouble just seeing it right now.
Yeah. To be thinking that situation, 2-1 count. This is a drastic hitter's count. Not really, but it still is a hitter's count. Dodgers have a 3-run lead. He's going to challenge me here.
2-2 pitch. And he hits it foul off the third base line. Miguel Franco waiting on deck, hoping to get a chance to maybe drive in a run or 2 here. Phillies offense has been somewhat quiet tonight because of the way Maeda pitched. He allowed just 5 hits through 7 innings of work. Freddie Galvis is on with a bunt single here in the 8th inning. Head back to the screen, remains 2-2.
Last 2 swings have been good ones for Odubel. Maybe just a hair tardy.
Popped him up foul, and that'll be out of play. And it remains 2-2. Ben mentioned he has 4 pitches. He may have simplified things this year. He's only thrown a fastball and a curveball this season. That's it. He's had a lot of trouble when he's come into games with runners on. That old inherited runners statistic, which is so important for relievers. He's not in that spot here, but he's allowed half the runners he's inherited to score this year. And Odubel again fouls it away. Genmar Gomez is indeed warming up in the bullpen for the Phillies.
Avilan warming up for the Dodgers.
Yeah, he's been throwing for like 2 innings.
Yeah, should Saunders get an AB this inning.
And a looper out to left field. That'll be a base hit. So stopping at second base is Freddie Galvis. And Michael Franco will bat, representing the tying run here in the top of the 8th inning. Well, this is our Toyota turning point, which was the Yasmani Grandal sac fly, which gave the Dodgers the lead that they have held on to since. So our turning point brought to you by Toyota.
How about that AB by Odubel? Foul ball after foul ball. That's a liner to left. Well done.
Yeah, that base hit for him after a 5 for 21 homestand. He had been 5 for his last 24. As Sergio Romo will start to warm up. Ooh, Franco had a good pitch to hit, and he fouls it back to the screen. 0-1.
Talking with Matt Stairs today, they want a lot of their relievers coming into ball games, and they want working at the top of the strike zone. At the top of the strike zone, you get a higher spin rate. That's the new term everyone's using, spin rate, right?
Off the shoulder of Grandal, and it goes back to the screen, and both runners will move up. And now 2 are in scoring position for the Phils.
With all these numbers, they say the high spin rate, you get the most spin rate at the top of the strike zone with a fastball. Watching that series, as I mentioned, with the Dodgers and the Giants, 0-0 counts. I'm seeing catchers set up with their mitt up like it's an 0-2 high fastball.
That's interesting.
They want them to work at the high strike zone because they say with that high spin rate on a good fastball, mid-90s, it's harder to hit that pitch than any other pitch.
I would think more guys will lay off it, though, if it's no balls, no strikes.
But pitchers aren't used to be throwing that fast. They're always taught down, down, down.
Center field, Tolles going back. He's under it. Tagging from third is Galvis. Tagging from second is Herrera. The throw goes toward third, and Herrera will get there standing as Galvis crosses the plate. And it's a 5-3 ball game. 21 RBIs now for Michael Franco. So he'll be credited with a sacrifice fly, and now Michael Saunders is up. Boy, Michael just missed that one. And Dave Roberts is coming out. That'll be it for Josh Fields. He's going to go to the bullpen, probably bring in the lefty Avilan. And that's going to be the case. We've got a pitching change again here in the 8th inning for the Dodgers. Phillies have made it a 2-run game.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Dodgers, number 43, Luis Avilan.
These family packs are available. $100 will get you 4 tickets, 4 Hatfield hot dogs, and 4 Coca-Colas. Available for select weekend dates throughout the season. Great great value for the fam. Visit Phillies.com for more information and to order right now. Folks here are taking advantage of the Dodger dog, the world famous Dodger dog.
Yeah.
As Avilan will take over in his 12th game. And he is on to face Michael Saunders. Well, the Phillies trying to get another run home. It's tough to score against Kenley Jansen, and he is the closer for the Dodgers. So see if you can get something earlier than when Jansen comes in. Phillies' leading hitter against left-handed pitching is Michael Saunders. And Avilan delivers a strike, 0-1. Avilan has had 7 inherited runners while he's been in games. 2 have scored.
To see Odubel be a little more aggressive here at third base. We've seen Grandal box a couple pitches tonight. I'd like to see him be a little more aggressive, especially with a lefty on the mound. You can get a lot. He's moving back towards the bag.
Yeah, that's surprising. I mean, I know Turner's dancing back.
Here's the last pitch. So Odubel, if that ball trickles just a little bit away from Grandal, he could score.
Yeah, you'd rather him be, because of his speed and his athleticism, just be aggressive.
But what's a lefty going to do? Step off, pivot, and then throw it to Turner, who's way off the line?
Right. Inside 2-2. You know, the old theory is the guy that's playing second base for the Dodgers exploited this with the best of them. You try to get as much of a lead, you compare it to how far the third baseman's off the line.
Take what they give you.
That cat right there would be running down the line and getting a good lead. Now Avilan steps off as Odubel takes a couple extra steps. And a line drive foul down the right field line.
Gonna need a new one.
Yeah, it does sound like he broke his bat.
Well, when you're going down that third base line, you shuffle, shuffle. You should really have about 70% of your weight on that right foot, your lead foot, as you're approaching home plate. Should never be flat-footed.
And you're right, there have been a number of pitches, whether it be 3 or 4 feet in front of the catcher tonight, or that have been boxed by Grandal. His lead is better now.
It is. But is it better as the ball approaches home plate?
Inside, 3-2. Well, the fans wanted it, but it was tight. Down the right field line, and he just hooked it a little bit. Now the count remains 3-2.
And that's a hanger. Saunders just out in front, just a hair, because of the pitch prior to that. Good fastball inside. Saunders thinking he might double up in there. I got to be a little quicker. Gets that hanger, but just out in front, just a hair.
This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat to Michael Saunders. Swing and a miss. He got him. Threw him a changeup. That is the 9th strikeout tonight for Dodger pitching. 1 run scores, 2 hits for the Phils. They leave 1. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th inning. For the Phils, you see Aaron Altair. He's now in right field. Daniel Nava comes in. He's in left field for the Phils. And Genmar Gomez takes over out on the mounds. So double switch made by Pete Buchanan. Gomez 2-1 with a 9.95 earned run average. Every time the Phillies pitchers retire, the opposition 1-2-3. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 will change the way you experience TV. Well, Pete has said the last several days that he's trying to get Genmar into a ball game. And Hernandez fouls the first pitch. It's 0-1. April 22nd was his last outing, but he's only had 2 since the 14th of April. So 2 in 2 weeks. Hernandez has a double tonight and an RBI. He's 1 for 3. And it's 1-2. Outside, 2-2. I wonder how Genmar will work his way back into the mind of Pete Buchanan and into the rotation of these relievers.
Get outs. Get them quickly. You'll see some more time out on the mound.
I think the problem is, though, I mean, think about it. He's only been into 2 games in 2 weeks.
Hard to stay sharp that way.
Tapper foul. It remains 3-2. Chris Taylor's out of the on-deck circle for the Dodgers. Swing and a miss. He got him with a sinker. And one away here in the 8th inning. Yeah, the thing about Genmar, I think that really was noticeable in September last year when he was struggling. And even this year, it's just he wasn't aggressive. This was an aggressive pitch. You'd love for him to do it more often early in the count. I mean, it still took 7 pitches to get that one out.
I think he just needs to trust his movement. That movement right there at 90 miles an hour, it was straight. Bottom fell out.
Well, now Chris Taylor pinch hits and he takes a strike. Dodgers have more pinch hit at bats this year than anybody else in the National League. 49 pinch hit at bats coming into tonight's game. The next closest team is Milwaukee with 13. Part of it is that Dave Roberts has had to go to the bench for his starters. The starting pitchers, that is. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's Kenley Jansen, the closer for the Dodgers. Boy, were they afraid of losing him this past offseason. Paid him a lot of money to stay here in LA. And now the 2-2 pitch. Got him. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gomez.
Center fielder number 60, Andrew Toles.
Well, Andrew Toles has had himself a good night. Take a look at the pitch sequence to Taylor.
The fact that he's gotten ahead of these last 2 hitters the way he has and been able to put them away. Good changeup there. So you got to strike out with a sinker, strike out with a changeup. Trust your movement.
Over to the right side. Cesar Hernandez up with it. And the inning is over. So a 12-pitch inning for Genmar Gomez. And the Dodgers go down 1-2-3. On to the 9th inning. Last chance for the Phils against Kenley Jansen. Now for our WB Mason delivery of the game. There have been some pretty good deliveries tonight by Justin Turner.
He's been good tonight. 3 hits. None bigger than this one. Luis Garcia, 2-run double, 2-out double. for the Dodgers and Justin Turner. They've been good tonight with 2 outs. Getting that third one's been tough for the Phillies, but they are your W.B. Mason deliveries of the game.
All right, so we go to the top of the 9th inning, and Kenley Jansen is on to face Aaron Altair. The Phils are down by 2. Kenley Jansen, who's past offseason, signed a 5-year, $80 million contract, is 5 for 5 in save opportunities. An ERA of 2.16. He's actually a little hittable this year. He's allowed 8 hits in 8 1/3 innings of work. He has not walked anybody, though. His fastball is averaging 95.3, which is down a tick or two from past years. But he's had 3 strong years for the Dodgers as their closer. The first pitch is in there, 0-1. 44 saves, 36 saves, 47 saves. I think there was a real thought that he was going to sign with the Miami Marlins this past offseason. 0-2.
He was going over that scouting report in the bullpen. I think he was saying, I'm going to throw a cutter here, cutter there, cutter here, cutter there.
Every fastball he throws is basically a cutter. Oh, man. Tied him up big time. Got 1 out. As far as the Dodgers saves leaders, he is the guy, 194. And figure he signed a 5-year deal, so he's going to pad that number pretty good. Just 29 years old.
Not bad for a catcher.
Yeah. Tommy Joseph now the batter, 0 for 3 tonight. Fastball, and it's 0-1. Reminder that later on today, Saturday night, it's an earlier start. We'll be on at 9 o'clock on CSN. A 1 pitch. 0-2. Zach Eflin on the mound. Brandon McCarthy on the hill for the Dodgers. These have been 5 overpowering pitches by Kenley Jansen. So are you saying that he's throwing that up in the zone on purpose, you think?
Yes. He's averaging 13.5 strikeouts per 9 innings.
That's fairly dominant. Two balls, 2 strikes to Tommy Joseph. And he got a piece of it. He fouls it back to stay alive. Ooh, quick pitch. Of sorts.
Quick pitch there. He had a leg kick like Kershaw earlier. Everything's up in the zone.
Strange.
Going up there again.
And he got him. 3 straight strikeouts for the Dodgers pitchers.
Climbs the ladder.
Pitcher number 12.
It's interesting that, you talked about what Matt said, that they know going in that that's the style that they're going to throw out there. Don't forget, coming up after the ball game is Phillies postgame live presented by Cure Auto Insurance. Marshall Harris, Tommy Green. I don't know if they're still in their pajamas or their lumberjack shirts, but they'll be talking about tonight's ball game. Highlights, analysis, player interviews. And here is Cameron Rupp. And Cameron fouls the first pitch, and it's 0-1.
Matt won't be happy about the 11 strikeouts.
I don't think so. I think there's a few approaches that Matt's going to be upset about, just because of the way Maeda pitched backwards here tonight. He's been really happy with the in-game adjustments the Phillies have made. Maeda missed his spot, but still threw a strike, and it's 1-2. Phillies have won 6 consecutive games. That's on the line right now. On a night when they celebrated UCLA here at Dodger Stadium. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Rupp. In the dirt, 2-2. Two and two. Got him. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Jansen, 4 overall. He picks up his 6th save. And the Dodgers win it 5-3 as the Phils' 6-game winning streak is over after a Game 1 loss to Los Angeles. Well, Justin Turner had a big night tonight. So did Tolles, the leadoff batter. Seager had 2 runs scored after walking twice, and the Phillies struck out 12 times tonight in this ball game. And part of the reason why the Phils lost is because of Kenta Maeda, who is our Chevrolet player of the game.
He was excellent. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, just the 2 earned runs. Back in the 3rd inning, 1 walk, but 8 strikeouts. He throws 5 pitches, and he threw all 5 for strikes this evening. Had the Phillies hitters baffled. I typically don't like to give a lot of credit to the starting pitcher or any of the opposing pitchers, but Maeda had their number tonight. He really threw the ball well. He is your Chevrolet player of the game.
Only the 3rd time in his career, his major league career, he's gone 7 innings in a game. Dodgers win it 5-3. We'll be back to wrap it up right after this.